What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are currently producing a variety of divisions, but very soon I think I might actually just go ahead and deploy them all inside to Seattle. We are producing an infinite amount. So let's deploy them at... Does not have any deployment. Ready to be deployed. That doesn't make sense. I think they need about 33% training. Not really too sure. There they go. Maybe that was wrong. Issuing war bonds. We are now out of the Great Depression. All 8 of you need to team up with these 16. The entire goal is to basically protect our islands. Unfortunately, we did lose Guam, which is very, very sad. And I don't know if we lost all those planes, but looking at our strategic air map mode, we have 100 naval bombers here in the area. What we want to do, Eastern Micronesia standing by. You need to go to the West Emperor chain. Naval strikes. We now need to put some troops in Midway. Whether they are carrier fighters, let's add a few lightning. Let's add 50. And we want to also add some naval bombers as well. Okay, so all of you, you're going to protect the West Emperor chain, air superiority, and naval strikes. Do we have any other air bases? Yes, we do. We have the Phoenix Island base, adding about 100 naval bombers. Whoops, I can't count. Whoops, definitely can't count. So 100, and then we are also going to add around 50 heavy fighters. You will all protect Micronesia. Naval bomber, naval strike, air superiority. So that is going to be my plan. I don't think, we're going to be invaded in these areas just yet, but we will see what happens. We have no national focus. We obviously just got the Giant awake, so that was really good. Let's add a bunch of new air experience, navy experience, army experience, and military factories. But we might want rubber. Let's do the US ACE projects first. And I'm happy that we own Venezuela as a puppet state, but we have some Marines here not doing anything. Let's garrison these guys for now. And my entire goal is I do need to start recruiting some cavalry units. I am going to create 6, and then these cavalry units need to add a... engineering, yes, they don't need you. But what we do need... So that way, if we take away the engineering and we take away the recon, we're not going to be fighting. Let's just add some military police. It's going to require 20 army experience, but we're going to save a lot of supplies in the long run. And no location has been set, so we are going to put you here inside, I don't know, I guess, Knoxville area. Unread Naval Convoy, defeat in the Battle of Guam. Did we ever get our 10 units on over? Where are they? 10 are here. Everybody else is moving still, I guess. Do you have a front line or something? Why did they not move to Wake Island? That's what I told them to do. No. Can we cancel this? Can we cancel this? The game is paused. Like, why are they moving? Swag. Why is it like this? Alright, you two need to go here. What the hell is happening? Like... And now we need to go to a naval port. Here. And I would like to add all of you. And tell everybody to go protect this island, because that is my biggest priority, Wake Island. Okay, do we have the best radar station available? Yes, we could probably add another air base. Let's add 2 units of anti-air. And we currently could get some better naval bases. Let's get you a naval base up to 3. This can come all the way down. This, and this can go all the way up. And you know what? Let's produce one more coastal fort. Only because I really don't want to lose Wake Island. We are being assaulted. Now that all of our Marines have left. Like, literally, that's so stupid. The game was paused, and we couldn't do anything. If we lose Wake Island, I'm gonna cry. Because we probably will. Landing craft. I don't know what's happening. Like, that's so stupid. Like, all of these Marines just moved. I hope they don't get attacked in a naval combat. All of these submarines, your entire goal is to do search and destroy, change from hold, search and destroy here in this province. So we're sending in 12 submarines, and we're about to die. We lost the island because these fucking Marines went to the wrong area. Like, that's so stupid. Like, the game was paused, and they locked in their movements. Like, that's so dumb. Alright, whatever. I'm salty. Now we lost a very powerful island. That's dumb. I'm kind of mad. Like, really mad. Okay, now we need to focus on our assets here in the Pacific. New research. Let's begin working on some naval doctrines. I don't think we're going to be building any carriers, so I think against a stronger naval opponent, we can focus tying up their fleet and destroying supply lanes. A strong fleet focused around battleship means that we are forced to be reckoned with when sea is deployed. Let's get fleet and being. I don't think we're going to be building too many carriers. They don't seem to be too useful. Man, that is just so upsetting. All these units literally freaking moved, and there's nothing we can do about it. All 10 of you, I guess we're going to move you to Hawaii again. It didn't happen last time. It's probably not going to happen this time. All of you are going to move here. Okay, construction. We don't have any radar. Probably don't have any coastal forts. Yeah, we do. We are going to need some naval bases. All of you go to the top. Don't have any anti-air, so let's build a few of that. Bring it all the way to the top and let the game tick on by. Non-aggression pact, don't want to really sign any of those. And I kind of want to start going after these islands. Soviet Union has declared war on Finland. 100% world tension as well. We might go ahead and... I don't really know what our plan is. I really want to retake Wake Island. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Can my entire fleet in the Caribbean? Somewhere. Destroyer, flotilla. If we hold, everybody looks like they are full strength. My entire goal is to search around the... Where was Wake Island? Was it here? My entire goal is to go out here and reconquer Wake Island. Let's find our 10 units. Our number one priority is to create a naval invasion from Midway all the way to Wake Island. Like, that's just so upsetting, and it's going to take 35 days. I have no idea if we're going to take it. Ace Pilot has been promoted, and you know what the worst part is? We literally built coastal forts here, so if we don't take this, I am going to be upset. So we built coastal forts, and the enemy is going to protect it. US ACE projects have been undergone. This fighter needs to be removed altogether. I don't know why we're still producing that. Start pumping out some more heavies. Probably more infantry equipment in time. Yes, we are definitely lacking infantry equipment. Production, infantry equipment all the way down. But first, I'd rather worry about things that are more useful. Non-aggression pact from the Netherlands, no thank you. No national focus. Limited intervention would give us a lot more manpower, but we don't really need it just yet. But it would bring us closer to an extra research slot, so I think we will take it. Free dockyards. We need to start building some fleets again. So we're building destroyers, we're building heavy cruisers. Let's start building. Destroyers are literally so cheap. I might just go ahead and build more. And have them all spawn here in LA. I mean, we've already got 40 just by building them. And not too many heavy cruisers. But you know what? It is a pretty formidable force. Alright, what I'm worried about, though, is do I have naval superiority? Not really, and we probably don't have naval superiority here in the West Emperor chain, which means we lack the intel. So my goal now is to take all 41 of these ships, give you a commander, and we are going to search and destroy in the West Emperor chain and this province as well. We are not going through the Micronesian Gap, so it doesn't necessarily matter. And then we are going to try everything in our power to reconquer Wake Island. I absolutely need this island. It's my #1 priority. All 10 of these Marines coming on in. Looks like one of our generals died. Soviet Union and Finland have signed a white peace. That's odd. What am I looking at? These 15 are basically... all we need to do is defend. So let's give you some sort of general. Out of supply? Yeah, sure, why not? Our cavalry units are coming along nicely. Let's protect our garrison whatever we can. Why are these Marines still fucking here? I have moved you like 6 times. They don't have any garrisons. I've moved these guys to Hawaii like 3 times. Okay, Fleet and Being has been unlocked. We are now going to continue. Submarine Effectiveness, Destroyer Sub Detection. Ooh, that might be nice. But instead, I think we're going to get Battleship Search and Destroy, plus 50%. Improved Computing Machines. Let's continue working on... We need the Baltimore class as soon as possible. Lend, lease, or better yet, send volunteers to the Soviet Union. I don't think they've declared war on the German Reich just yet. Okay, here comes my Marines. Sims class has been unlocked. I think we can now go to the Fletcher class. 154 days. Let's change you to the Better Destroyer. You to the Better Destroyer. And now we're going to pack quite a powerful punch. We are still producing quite a bit of military factories. Here goes my Marines. I really hope we win this fight. I have no idea if we will. The enemy has some coastal force. There we go. Retaken our island. Which now means you guys can cancel this. Somehow, somewhere. Why can't we cancel this? Don't know. But we are going to start preparing for an invasion of Marcus Island. Putting all 10 of you here. All I want to do is cancel this. Let's do that. And then cancel this plan. You go back up here. And everybody is defending. Are we actually defending this island again? Yes, we are. Looking at our strategic air map mode. We finally have reconquered our radar stations. Can we produce any more radar? Yes, we can, so we will. And I believe Honolulu is going to need level 3 radar as well, but not yet. Let's just do it anyway. Okay, so now we have a 400 airbase. We want to go ahead and put on 50 lightning. Cannot create an empty air wing. I don't understand what that means. Obviously, it was an empty air wing, but I thought we were putting in reserves. You know what? Let's add a lot more. Let's add 200 planes. Your entire goal is to protect here in Eastern Micronesia. Naval strikes, naval strikes. I really need to improve the range as soon as possible. Hungary has joined the Axis, the second Vienna Award. Can all 15 of these units just exercise a little bit? I get that we're out of supplies in some areas. Hungary has joined Japan and the American-Venezuelan War. And we arrived in Hawaii. Why can't we fucking move? Treaty of Cracovia. Like, I just don't get it. Like, if I click somewhere, like, why can't they just go to Hawaii? Alright, non-aggression pact. Request to invite the faction. No, thank you. We have outdated planes. Let's start producing the P-47 Thunderhawk. We have new research available. We have the Thunderbolts, P-47 Thunderbolt, TBF Avenger. The strategic bombers might be very useful. Start bombing the crap out of Japan. You know what? Let's do it. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at our naval doctrines. Working on that. Building a Fletcher class and a Baltimore class. Working on the doctrines. Do I want heavy tanks? Probably. Let's start working on those. And I would say that our battle in the Pacific is going well. I'm not going to be activating this anytime soon. But if I could somehow take Marcus Island, I feel like we would be in a very good position overall. Looks like we did lose a unit. Limited intervention. Are all of these units prepped and ready to go? Not really. We are missing infantry equipment, and that's about it. So we might need to go to production. Build as much infantry equipment as possible, which I guess we are, but it's not at the very top, so that needs to be a priority. And we have no national focus. An extra research slot seems like our most viable plan. Battle fleet concentration. Let's continue working on down. Carrier organization we don't need, but might as well grab it. Okay. I need Marcus Island. We are getting closer and closer to Japan. If I could gain Japan itself, I could build some strategic bombers and just bomb them on down. And then whatever fighting they do, they can't reinforce. You know what? That's gonna be a viable option. Let's produce. We are researching the B-17. No, we already have it. So let's look at our production. Where is the B-17? Am I really that dumb? B-18. I don't want the interwar bomber. I could have swore we researched it. Maybe we didn't. No, we never did. Okay. So in 41 days, we'll go ahead and get that started up. In the meantime, let's take a quick glance at Japan. Kingdom of Romania cede Bessarabia to the Soviet Union. Japan currently has... You're not Japan, that's me. They have anywhere between 25 and 28 dockyards. We have 40. So we can already outproduce Japan, though I would like to have double their production. We obviously have 202 civilian factories. They have a lot less. They have a lot of airplanes and a pretty big fleet. But if we could somehow continue to take islands, we would do better and better. Okay, all 10 of you are here. You are now all going to move to Hawaii. I am literally going to cry if we don't make it this time. It says they're going. It says all 10 of them are going. Can we activate this? Insufficient naval superiority in the region. Do we have any new boats? Kinda, sorta. Chester Nimitz is going to move in here. Gain some 7 new ships. 8 new ships. We are continuing to repair our battleships, so we might as well just wait a little bit longer. We have free civilian factories. We do want more naval dockyards to build up our superiority. So let's continue that. Getting another Baltimore class might be a viable option. The assassination of Leon Trotsky. And then, of course, now that we are building all of our naval factories, we probably once again want to get some military factories. And that way we can start building some bombers, start building some fighters. I feel like we are in a very good position here. Let's put some here in Texas, and maybe a little bit here inside Maine and New York. Do we need to produce any more radar stations? Not yet, but probably pretty close to it. You can see that we have some very small radar station coverage. As they grow, they're going to grow exponentially. But it might be a good idea to start building some up here, protecting Alaska. Let's do that. All the way to the top. And, I mean, if anything, it's going to be like that, but... or at least our coverage. Japan has called in Legionary Romania as our enemy in the American-Venezuelan War. Still not at war with the German Reich. All we have left to do... Allies not in war is the German Reich, and we have not called in the Philippines. Now, essentially, I am fighting on the same side as the Allies, but I am not part of the Allies. The reason why I've done this is I have been cheated out of so many provinces before, and I get that the United Kingdom has gotten their ass kicked, but, you know, sometimes I go through a war and they, like, instantly take Venezuela. Like, why? Why do they get to take Venezuela when I took it over? Like, it's dumb. Subsidiary carrier role. Starting to work on hunter-killer groups. Destroyer sub-detection plus 20%. We currently have a lot of victories and defeats here inside the Pacific. Missing equipment in production. We are missing carriers, which we don't need, so don't worry about it. Unread naval victories. I hope those were convoys and not actual naval battles. Retaking Guam. Actually, retaking all these islands would be a viable choice. But these 10, your next goal is to basically create a naval invasion from here. What is happening? I want you to do a naval invasion from this island, Phoenix Island, all the way down to... Are you owned by Italy or the German Reich? I don't know, so I guess we'll find out in a moment. I need you to take this island. Activate when you're ready. We lack naval superiority in the region. That doesn't make sense. Looking at our naval superiority, we've got naval superiority in all three of these. Extra research slot. I probably want to go ahead and start working on that bomber. It has so much range, 2,500, but unfortunately it isn't very reliable. But maybe we'll put it to good use. If we could bomb the crap out of Japan from Iwo Jima, there is really nothing they're going to be able to do. They won't be able to keep up with China, and we are just going to continue to grow and grow. Non-aggression pact from Denmark, no thank you. British Raj. Let's begin working on our the Arsenal of Democracy would give us a heck of a lot of military factories. And some naval dockyards, so let's do that. We have a lot of political power that needs to be put to good use. Let's get a ship designer. I want the Brooklyn Shipyard. Giving more of our capital ships armor. Or, yeah, let's do that. We're going to be building some battleships. Mobile tank designer. I would like the heavy tank designer, giving more armor and heart attack. And then finally, we can get a chief of the Navy or chief of the Army. Let's get a chief of the Navy. Naval aviation. Now, let's get the naval reformer, so more experience in general. And like I said, as soon as our Baltimore class is unlocked, we're going to be putting all of our Navy experience into there. Outrageous claim. An excellent proposal from... Okay, so here we go. If we give the United Nations, or the United Kingdom wants us to give them assistance, basically we're not going to be joining the Allies, but we're going to work together to... we're going to improve relations, and we are going to gain a better fighter model and a radar technology. Essentially, this is going to anger a lot of other people and improve relations with the United Kingdom. But I don't think we're going to be joining in on any wars just yet. I really would like Bermuda. Looking at our overall construction, still coming along nicely. We are finally pouring out a lot of our naval dockyards. And as soon as I can, I'm probably going to go ahead. I need about 300 political power, so it is going to be a ways away. But I'm going to be taking a quick glance. I need to change our free trade over to export focus and our civilian economy down to a war economy. It's going to require 300 political power, so we do have time, but it is going to take a while. Working on our Fletcher class. Do we want a better battleship? Probably, kind of, sort of. The Iowa class. What's the difference? So the Montana is obviously one of the most powerful. 23,000 production cost. Might as well start on the North Carolina. I'm just a little worried because I feel like, you know what, we're wasting our time. We're not really gonna... Well, you know what, let's leave it anyway. The Heavy Cruiser building one more. And then now getting the Heavy Cruiser 3. Upgrading you. Whoops, you're not the Heavy Cruiser 3. The Baltimore class is going to be upgraded to have better armor, better guns, and better reliability. 405, we don't have that much. So, okay, what are we losing? Max range is going down, evasion's going down, max speed going down. I don't mind. Our reliability goes up, our armor goes up by a lot. So we are going to start building a lot of the Baltimore class A1. Do we have any other heavy cruisers? Not really. Maybe we should fix that. We need the Baltimore, whoops, the Baltimore class A1. Baltimore A1, all of you are going to start producing here inside LA. And you inside LA as well. Non-aggression pact from the British Raj. Our outdated equipment is pretty much over. A lot of naval battles. Nothing that we can really handle. Or that we need to worry about. Yikes! A lot of defeats. Are they all... What are they? I guess these are all defeats. I don't know. Probably just being bombarded by planes. We took Marcus Island. Was not even ready for that. And we need to take Iwo Jima now. So you're going to go here. This is not a valid province for a naval invasion. Naval invasion from here. It should be a valid province. There we go. And it is going to require 35 days. But if I could conquer Iwo Jima, I could pretty much annihilate anyone and everything. Do we want synthetic oil? Probably, but I don't think we're going to do it. We're going to get construction first, so that way everything will go much quicker. Once our B-17 Flying Fortress is ready too, we are going to be building a lot of them, bombing the crap out of Japan. Election wartime exemption. The United States is in a state of war. Normally an election would be held at this time, but being in the midst of an important conflict, many argue that they cannot afford to spend time on political campaigning or a change of leadership if that should come about. So we can hold the elections as usual, or we can take care of such matters when this war is through. We would basically... No, absolutely not. The elections will be held as usual, gaining some national unity. I really hope we don't lose our president. Destroyer 2s can be upgraded to the Destroyer 3. That is a convoy, not a destroyer. And looking at construction, like, obviously we're going to have a lot of naval bases, naval construction and naval dockyards working out any time now. And how are these Marines coming along? If we could take this island, we would gain a city, but not a dockyard. We lack sufficient intel. We have 51 boats here. Let's merge all of them together and search and destroy here in the Micronesian Gap. I want all three of these regions under my control. Though, of course, if I could take Iwo Jima, I would really be able to throw down some defense. We obviously have 200 planes here that we could put to good use. Let's put 150 in for now. These are all naval bombers. You are all going to go to the Mariana region, naval strike, whatever you can. Looking at our overall production, still producing some naval bombers here. And obviously producing our Thunderbolts, but we lack rubber. And we lack, oh my goodness, we lack a lot of everything. And once we have the Arsenal for Democracy, I'm probably going to go ahead and switch my trade laws around. Okay, or better yet, I could go ahead and just change my economy laws. Non-aggression pact, not going to happen because it's not needed. T1 heavy tank has been unlocked. We aren't in 1941, but starting to research a tank might be useful. Let's look at our air units. Tactical bombers could be useful as well. Don't think I need close air support or fighters. Don't really need artillery. The mobile warfare doctrine would be nice, but I think we need the M6A1 first. Can we get anything in 1941? Yes. Let's start working on the assembly line productions. And really, like, once we start bombing Japan, all of their fighting here in China is eventually going to start weakening away, because they're going to run out of supplies. And that's all I need to do. We're going to need some fighters, which we are producing. Arsenal of Democracy has been unlocked. So what we need to do is bring you all the way up. We now need to start working on some bombers, which we don't really have. Let's start with the interwar bombers, and then we're going to gain a little bit of efficiency, but as we change, it should be in our favor. We definitely need to change our laws here. Going from free trade to an export focus. It's going to give us a lot of resources in just a moment, I think. There they are. Still lack rubber, though. Looking at trade. Looking for rubber. I need more. And we're probably even going to need one more than that. So let's use 6 factories, get 48 rubber. And now we have 9 extra. We have some free dockyards once again. We have 1 heavy cruiser A1, 2 heavy Baltimore cruisers, 4 every year. Do I want even more cruisers? Probably. But what would it look like if I got a battleship? Not really needed, though. Let's get another destroyer, only because they are fairly cheap, and I can make a lot of them. I mean, right now, we're probably going to get about 15 a year, rather than 4. In Los Angeles. So once all of our construction of our dockyards are finished up, we are going to be starting to work on our civilian factories that are going to be pumping out some aircraft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know, 19, 20, 21. 22, I guess. So we're going to be working on these for a while, but what's going to be nice is we are going to be producing a hell of a lot of tactical bombers and strategic bombers to bomb Japan. Well, thank you all for joining me. It has been a very long episode. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in our next adventure.